به مردم شریف ایران. من شهریار افشار هستم، میزبان شما در برنامه Politics 365. امروز آقای حکوات حکمت به برنامه ما دعوت شده. از الان ایشون در کشور نروژ هستن، یه مشاور دولت نروژ هستن در مورد از نماینده از Kurdish World Congress. ایشون یه صاحب نظر هستن و سپوکس پرسن، نماینده از این Kurdish World Congress، و ما میخواستیم حتما نظر ایشون رو به برنامه دعوت کنیم. همونطوری که همه شنوندگان شنیدن، جمهوری اسلامی با مردم کرد ایران، مردم مظلوم و فداکار و واقعا خیلی مردم نازی هستن، مردم کرد ایران. ما میخواستیم ایشون رو دعوت کنیم به برنامه و نظر ایشون رو نه تنها در مورد کردای ایران، اما واقعا مردم کرد سراسر دنیا به دست بگیریم و سوال کنیم که واقعا هدف World Kurdish Congress چی هستش و چه پیش بینی میتونن بکنن در مورد آینده مردم کرد خاورمیانه. بقیه برنامه به انگلیسی تهیه شده، اما آقای حکمت تا یه حدی هم فارسی بلده، اما بقیه برنامه رو به انگلیسی تهیه داریم. Mr. Hekmat, welcome. Thank you so much for making time all the way from Norway. It's really wonderful to hear from you and to be connected with you and to learn of what you're doing. You know, like I've said, we have followed with great sadness, but with great interest, the plight of the Kurdish people in Iran. But we also recognize that the Kurdish people are a community, a worldwide community in several countries, and we're interested to know, what does the World Congress really do, the role of the Congress, and how do you see the role of the Kurdish people evolving in the Middle East, in all the countries that they reside in? So welcome to our program.
Thank you very much to having me, Shahriar. It's a pleasure. Merci, خیلی ممنونم. It's a great pleasure to be here as a Kurd from Iraq and talk about the Kurdish question. As you mentioned, my name is Halkawt Ali, and I have a quite diverse personal and work history. And I have grown up in different countries in the Middle East and in the Europe, and I have lived about 25 years both in Sweden and in Norway. My education background is law, with a higher diploma in political science, European political system, and leadership at the University of Stockholm. So I have worked in different governmental and non-governmental organizations and governments, both in Sweden and in Norway. So it's a little bit about my background.
Wonderful. No, thank you. It's great to know of your legal background and especially your role as an advisor to the Norwegian government on Kurdish issues and other issues, I imagine. But tell us more about your role with the World Congress. What is the Congress? When was it established, and what does it hope to achieve?
World Kurdish Congress, it calls for WKC, established in 2010. And the purpose for World Kurdish Congress is to foster collaboration and promotion for the promotion in field of science, culture, technology, and art. And one of our main goal is to bring together distinguished researchers, scholars, professionals, and at the same time we are working very actively to raise awareness and attention about Kurdish questions within decision policy and decision maker worldwide. And we are trying to support the Kurdistan regional government to get a better educational system. And one of our other goals is to, for example, we are organizing international conferences each year and seminar and workshops, and to bring together academia, industry, and policymakers, and to foster collaboration and in how to high education in the Kurdistan regional government.
That's great to hear. When you look at the Kurdish community in different countries around the Middle East, Iran, Syria, Turkey, elsewhere, I mean, we talked earlier, the Kurdish community in Iran is very vibrant, is very independent. The Islamic Republic often treats them very badly. How do you support the Kurdish community in Iran, given the past, especially the past 2 years?
Generally, the Kurds, as you know, after the fall of Ottoman Empire a century ago, Kurds are spread or divided into 4 different countries, and in Iran, in Syria, in Turkey, and Iraq. And today we have about 8 million Iranian Kurds in Iran and about 20 million in Turkey, about 7 million Kurds in Iraqi Kurdistan, and about 3 million in Syria. So unfortunately, all of those 4 states seen as the establishment of new nation states, you can call new nations after the Ottoman Empire, the fall of Ottoman Empire. They are not treated the Kurdish questions or Kurdish generally in good manner. And Kurds during all this period have been subjected to persecution, mistreatment, and regarded as a second-class citizens. Yeah, they are treated in equal manner. Yeah, generally, so in all those 4 countries. So we trying, what we do in the WKC, World Kurdish Congress, to raise awareness and attention about all Kurdish question for all our Kurds in 4 different countries, 4 different countries. So it is the same situation. We have the Kurds have the same situation, for example, in Syria, so in Turkey and in Iraq. But in Iraq, the situation for Kurds are likely different. Since 1991, we have a de facto Kurdistan regional government, and this de facto has been recognized in the new Iraqi constitution in 2005. So, yeah.
So in so many ways, the Kurdish people in Iraq enjoy a certain degree of self-government, and in Iran, they're still subject to the Islamic regime. I mean, there's a region of Iran, but it's everything I've observed from this distance. They are mistreated in Iran, like you say, second-class citizens. When you look at the future of the Kurdish people across these 4 countries, does the Congress or does the Kurdish community ever want to split off and create their own country?
You know, it is very important to understand the reality for all the Kurdish in all 4 the states, because as we mentioned, the situation for Iraqi Kurds is different from the situation which our brothers and sisters and other Kurds they have in Turkey and Iran and Syria. And you see, since 2012, and the Kurdish in Syria, they have a self-ruled government too. But in Iraqi Kurdistan, I think generally the quest for independence and for self-determination, it is intrinsic to the Kurdish identity. And right now, I think Kurds from Iran, what they try to do, you know, I'm not belonging to any political party. So what I can see, they trying to be treated equal like other minorities in Iran, and they try to have a political recognition, for example, to have a cultural freedoms, for example, and it is the same thing in Turkey too. So the Kurds in Turkey trying and struggling during all of those years to get a recognition about political recognition, more cultural freedoms and movements. But in Iraq, since 1991, we have another situation, and the Kurds in Iraq in 2017, September 2017, held a referendum for independence. So it is the situation is different. So we cannot compare a situation in Iraqi Kurdistan to other parts of Kurdish situation in Iran, in Turkey, and Syria.
Right.
But the KRG, the Kurdistan government, of course, is aspiration for other Kurds in other parts of other states. But realistically, I think the Kurdish political party generally, from all the Iranian part and Turkish part and the Syrian part, they are most focused on their specific country, not for unified Kurdistan.
I see.
So,
I see.
and it is more realistic.
Right.
I think if the Iranian Kurds treated and as equal and other, groups and have a political recognition and cultural freedoms and etc. I think it will be at that right now. It will be okay for them. But I think generally there is aspiration for self-determination, and I think if you want to solve the Kurdish question in a peaceful manner, in a peaceful resolution, it is important the Kurds have the right to self-determination.
Right.
But of course, there is a huge challenges, there is uncertainties, and this process is very protracted, and the Kurds have not to give up. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. No, I mean, I think I can tell you, growing up in Iran, everything and all the years I've been in this country, in the U.S., I have only fond memories of the beauty and the culture and the strength of the Kurdish people in Iran. And what you're saying is, of course, aspirationally, people may think of one nation and one Kurdish nation, but right now each situation in each country is different. So they're simply interested in self-determination, being treated like any other citizen of that country, Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Syria, and that may be good enough. I mean, no one's trying to start a new country, but to the extent that they could be treated well, receive the same access to education, social services, economic opportunities, the same thing anybody would want in their home country, even though, and I can tell you, speaking with many Iranians in the past 2 years, especially since Mahsa Amini, and that really triggered the whole the second wave of protests, the fact that she was a visitor and a guest, in Tehran, that was mistreated, that caused a lot of anger in the community, Iranian community worldwide. The fact that we would treat one of our minorities that way, it was just horrible, and that really caused the outrage that triggered, and that's why so much has happened in the Kurdish, so much uprising has happened in the Kurdish provinces.
Exactly.
So it was a trigger, but I think the Iranian regime is also always felt threatened by the independence and the strength of the Kurdish people. That's why they've mistreated them so long. I'm not a member of any political party either, but these are just natural observations. It's hard to miss those mistreatments, right? Why would you mistreat one community over another? Like, treat everyone the same. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, when the Kurdistan regional government held an referendum in September 2017, the majority of Iraqi Kurds voted, about 93% voted for independence. But the result of referendum was strongly opposed by Iraqi government and by Iranian government and Turkey too. And unfortunately, the international community did not support the aspiration for self-determination, and not European countries. So that's why after the referendum for especially Iraqi Kurds in Iraq and KRG, Kurdistan Regional Government, faced a huge pressure, political pressure, military pressure. The Iraqi government cut the budget since 2014. The Iraqi government, for example, don't pay monthly salary for the Kurds in Iraq. So, and all this pressure coming from the Iranian government too. So what we can say, Shahriar, the Iran's influences is very deep and prominent in Iraq. So you can say the Iranian influence stretching over all the entire Iraq as a state without only 2 provinces. And those provinces is Iraqi Kurdistan. It's the Kurdistan regional capital, Erbil, and the Duhok. So everything. So sometimes people say it is Iranian government role in Baghdad, not Iraqi government.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, since, like you say, the 90s, Iran's influence in Iraq has only been growing. Iran has been investing a lot of money in Iraq. They're building mosques. You know, they don't have money to take care of the poor in their own country, but they're building mosques in Iraq. Just sad and shameful, really. But I just wanted to finish with this in the 1 minute we have left, that every Iranian I've ever talked to just values and loves the Kurdish people, and they feel Iran can only be Iran with all of its communities, ethnic communities, as part of one fabric, one diverse and beautiful and colorful fabric. So no one can imagine Iran without the Kurdish people. I feel because but what we hope to see is a regime change in Iran, or a change in policy where the Kurdish people are treated with respect and with kindness and love, and the social economic services that they need in those provinces in Iran, so they can be successful, so they can at least pursue the same happiness that other people around the world enjoy. Or other people in Iran, the elites, enjoy. So why not help this wonderful community? My friend Hekmat, thank you so much for joining us. This has been wonderful. Please come back and share updates with us about the work that you're doing. It's really important what you're doing, and I really wanted to make sure we have a conversation about the beautiful Kurdish people on our program, because we really feel we're one fabric of this global community.
Absolutely, Sharia. It's a pleasure to talk to you and see you live, and absolutely just get in contact with me. So I will be an honor to talk to you and speak to you for more information, or to share information and discuss about politics in the Middle East. Generally.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you for your
soon.
time. Thank you. See you soon.
Bye-bye.